Good afternoon, everyone. Thank you for joining us on KREM 2 News First at 4. I'm Tom Sherry.
Welcome, everyone. I'm Mark Hanrahan. Whitney is on assignment today. Well, starting Friday morning, all Department of Natural Resources managed lands east of the Cascades will be temporarily closed to the public.
So this includes Spokane's popular trails of Dishman Hills and the Dragoon Creek Campground located near Deer Park. The temporary closure applies to DNR managed state lands, conservation areas, community forests, and any associated roads, trails, campgrounds, and recreational sites or recreational facilities.
Commissioner of Public Lands Hillary Franz made this announcement in Wenatchee today during her tour of the Red Apple Fire. That fire alone has burned more than 12,000 acres. Across the state of Washington, more than 900 fires have burned more than 140,000 acres. Franz hopes closing DNR managed lands will prevent additional fires this season.
We made this decision based on a number of important factors, including current extreme hot and dry conditions, a forecast that shows no meaningful precipitation on the horizon, the current state of our fuel load, and most importantly, concern for our public safety.
Well, DNR staff will monitor conditions. A reopening date for recreation access will be determined once these factors improve, she said. Coming up new at 5 tonight, our Amanda Rowley will share why areas like Dishman Hills will be closed for the time being. Meantime, moving on to the other wildfires we are tracking in the area in Okanogan County near Mazama, the Cedar Creek fire. Right now it is 5,000 acres and it is growing. The containment and cause of that fire remains unknown. Level 3 evacuations are issued for that area.
Also in Okanogan County, the Cub Creek fire. That fire is burning over 32,000 acres near Winthrop. It is only 5% contained. Level 3 get out now. Evacuation orders are in place for east and west Chewak roads along both sides of Cub Creek Road and in the west. Level 2 be ready evacuation orders have been issued for the Lost River Road to Mazama, then east towards Winthrop on Goat Creek Road to Milepost 3. This area is all on the north side of the Methow River.
Now to southern Oregon, where the Bootleg fire continues to spread. It's grown to 388,000 acres and is just 30% contained now. Oregon's governor says 2,000 firefighters are on the scene of the Bootleg fire now. Crews from Washington, Utah, and California are helping Oregon firefighters.
Well, here at KREM 2, we are committed to keeping you informed about wildfire season. We know this is a lot of information, so we're making it easy for you to find that important information. All you have to do is text the word FIRE to 509-448-2000.
All right, that's important information right now, Tom. Of course, we're tracking this red flag warning and the potential for some dry lightning in our area. How's that looking today?
Well, we're getting a tremendous amount of dry lightning right now in southwestern Montana, and we've got that red flag warning in effect, as you can see, all across, well, really most of the state except the lower Columbia Basin and also across areas of northern Idaho as well as into Oregon. So again, this will be in effect through Wednesday evening. Air quality, though, is still registering good right now. The air quality index, as you can see, registers at 39. So at least we've got some good positive news there. Mostly cloudy skies right now. We're at 87 degrees, wind out of the south at 5 miles per hour. For your forecast, after midnight tonight, a chance of thunderstorms locally. And again, not much rain associated with these. So the wildfire potential here is huge with an overnight low of 62. A chance of morning thunderstorms on Wednesday. Then we'll see decreasing clouds in the afternoon with a high of about 87. I'm always looking ahead to the weekend. Right now, I've got mostly sunny skies, 94 on Saturday and 93 degrees expected on your Sunday.
All right. Thank you very much, Tom. Well, new today, the CDC announced that the new COVID-19 Delta variant is now responsible for 83% of the United States COVID-19 cases. This is a jump from the beginning of the month when the CDC said the variant accounted for about half of the COVID-19 cases in the country. KREM 2's Ian Smay joining us live now in the studio tonight with more on how the Delta variant has been impacting patients locally. Ian?
Yeah, good afternoon, Mark. As you said, the CDC made that announcement earlier today. 83% of coronavirus cases in the country right now are being caused by the Delta variant. That variant was first discovered last December in a patient in India. According to Spokane Interim Health Officer Dr. Francisco Velasquez, that variant is 2 to 3 times more transmittable than the original coronavirus strain responsible for COVID-19. This is likely one of the factors behind why it has become so prevalent. Now, in addition to this news on the national level, Velasquez said our case rate in Spokane County has gone up from about 78 cases per 100,000 people to 98 cases per 100,000 people. But according to Velasquez, the Delta variant isn't likely behind this increase in numbers.
No. In the state of Washington, Delta variant of the cases sequence is about 46%. In Spokane, thus far, is about 1% of all the cases.
Velasquez also pointed out that the Delta variant has been linked to 46% of cases tested in Washington as a whole, far behind the national figures released by the CDC this morning. We should point out that Velasquez says the state has only done the testing needed to determine if a positive test is due to a variant in about 18% of cases in the state. He also added that between 30 to 40% of new cases here in Spokane in the last few weeks have been in those aged 20 to 39. Now, I also spoke with Catherine Hoyer, the spokesperson for the Panhandle Health District in North Idaho. We talked about the presence of variants in North Idaho, as well as some concerning trends. I'll have more from her and Dr. Velasquez coming up at 5 tonight. For now, back to you guys.
Looking forward to that, Ian. Thank you very much. All right, happening today, it is the first vaccine lottery drawing for people who received their vaccine through the Department of Defense or a VA clinic. You may remember they were left out of the Washington State lottery because those federal partners do not enter vaccination records into the Washington State Immunization Information System. So now the Washington Lottery is holding 3 more drawings just for them. One local person will win $100,000 this morning. The grand prize is $250,000. So make sure to check your voicemails to see if you are one of the lucky winners.
Well, with NFL training camp set to begin later this month, some fans are wondering if they will be allowed to attend games later this year. Brandon Lewis from our National Verify team actually looks into whether fans will need a vaccine to cheer on their favorite team in person.
The start of football season is less than 2 months away, and many fans are eager to watch their teams from the stands once again. Verify viewer Ralph asked, will any team require fans to be vaccinated to enter the stadium? So Ralph, let's verify. Our sources are the NFL, multiple teams, and their stadiums. Last season, stadiums operated with limited capacity or used cardboard cutouts to fill the stand. Not the same as a packed house cheering for a fourth quarter comeback. This year, the NFL's game ticket policy makes no mention of a vaccine requirement. Instead, there's a health promise that asks unvaccinated fans to not attend if they have symptoms or were told to quarantine. Teams, stadiums, and local health officials can also make their own rules. Some teams, like the Saints, Giants, and 49ers, have already said they won't require vaccines. The same goes for the stadiums that host the Patriots and Panthers. The Buffalo Bills were originally told they would need to only open to vaccinated fans, but Erie County Executive Mark Polakars changed his stance after a decline in COVID-19 cases, saying the county would only require vaccines if circumstances warranted. So it's false that NFL teams will require vaccines when games kick off in September. Of course, rules can change as it gets closer to game time. With your Verify, I'm Brandon Lewis.
Good information there. All right, still ahead tonight, the primary election is coming up in August. Up next, what you need to know about the local races before voting. We're back after a quick break.